Look up at the night sky. What you see feels endless, ancient, and infinite. But in truth, it is only the surface of something far greater. Beyond that darkness lies a universe so vast that distance loses all meaning. Structures so enormous that even light, the fastest thing that exists, needs billions of years just to cross them. On these scales, imagination fails and numbers become meaningless. These are not stars, they are not planets, they are not even galaxies. They are cosmic giants, walls of matter, rivers of galaxies, and black holes so massive they bend space and time itself. Some of these structures are so large that, according to our current understanding of cosmology, they should not exist at all. The universe, at its largest scales, is supposed to be smooth and uniform. And yet, scattered across the cosmos, we find scars, massive, connected structures that break the rules. They sit silently in the void, rewriting what we thought we knew about reality. They remind us that the universe is not obligated to make sense to us. Tonight, we are not exploring the familiar. We are venturing beyond intuition, beyond scale, beyond comfort. This is a journey to the largest things ever discovered, and to the limits of human understanding. Ton 618, the monster black hole. If there is one thing more terrifying than the vastness of space, it is what hides within it. Ton 618 is not just a black hole. It is a cosmic anomaly, a supermassive object so extreme that it challenges everything we think we know about the universe. With a mass nearly 66 billion times that of the Sun, Ton 618 dwarfs every black hole ever observed. Its event horizon, the point beyond which nothing can escape, stretches almost 400 billion kilometers wide, larger than the orbit of Neptune. Light crosses that boundary and is erased from existence forever. We don't see Ton 618 directly. What we observe is its quasar, a blinding beacon of energy created as matter heats up and screams inward toward destruction. That light has traveled over 10 billion years to reach Earth, meaning this monster already existed when the universe itself was still young. And that should not be possible. The largest stars we know can only create black holes a few dozen times the mass of the Sun. So, how did something billions of times larger form so early in cosmic history? No theory fully explains it. Some scientists suggest rapid runaway collapse. Others suspect unknown physics from the early universe. Ton 618 does not chase prey. It does not roar or explode. It simply waits, pulling gas, stars, and entire systems toward oblivion with quiet inevitability. Somewhere in the deep darkness of space, this invisible giant is still feeding, patient, unstoppable, and utterly indifferent to everything around. IC 1101, the King of Galaxies. If Ton 618 shows us how extreme a single object can become, IC 1101 reveals what happens when gravity is given billions of years to build without limits. This is not just a galaxy. It is the largest galaxy ever discovered. Located roughly 1 billion light-years away, IC 1101 stretches an almost unimaginable 6 million light-years across. If the Milky Way were placed inside it, you could line up more than 60 Milky Ways side by side and still not reach the edges. On this scale, entire galaxies become mere neighborhoods. IC 1101 contains an estimated 100 trillion stars, along with countless planets, moons, and black holes. From within, the night sky would never truly be dark. The glow of distant suns would fill the heavens in every direction. Astronomers believe IC 1101 grew to this size by slowly devouring smaller galaxies over billions of years. Each collision added more stars, more mass, and more gravity, turning it into a cosmic empire built from the remains of others. But there is something haunting about this giant. Most of its stars are ancient and fading, and very few new ones are being born. IC 1101 may already be past its prime, slowly drifting toward a quiet future. Even in decline, it stands as a reminder of how far matter can go when time and gravity work together. A galaxy so vast that it redefines what the word large truly means. Alcyonius, the largest radio galaxy. Some giants of the universe are invisible to the human eye. Alcyonius is one of them. It doesn't shine brightly in visible light, yet it is one of the largest single structures ever associated with a galaxy. Measured by its radio emissions, Alcyone stretches an astonishing 16 million light-years across. That is more than 160 times the width of the Milky Way. If it were placed where our galaxy is, its vast arms would extend far beyond every star you've ever seen. At its center lies a supermassive black hole, quietly powering this cosmic leviathan. From this core, jets of energy blast outward at nearly the speed of light, carving through intergalactic space for millions of light-years. These jets inflate enormous lobes of plasma that glow only in radio wavelengths, forming ghostly wings in the darkness. What makes Alcyone truly unsettling is that it shouldn't be this large. Its central black hole is not unusually active, and its environment is relatively sparse, lacking the dense fuel thought necessary for such growth. And yet, over billions of years, it expanded unchecked. To human eyes, Alcyone is almost invisible. You could stare at its patch of sky for a lifetime and never know it was there. But in the radio universe, it dominates its surroundings, a silent titan stretching across cosmic emptiness, whispering in wavelengths only our instruments can hear. The Phoenix Cluster, a cosmic furnace. The Phoenix Cluster is not just massive, it is violent. Located about 5.7 billion light-years away, this galaxy cluster contains over 1,000 galaxies bound together by gravity, all immersed in a sea of superheated gas. Its total mass equals nearly 1 quadrillion suns. The space between its galaxies is filled with gas heated to hundreds of millions of degrees, glowing intensely in X-rays. This is not a quiet region of the universe, it is a furnace burning on a cosmic scale. At the heart of the Phoenix Cluster lies a supermassive black hole, one of the most actively feeding ever observed. As it consumes matter, it unleashes enormous jets of energy that blast through the surrounding gas, creating vast bubbles of heat and light that stretch across hundreds of thousands of light-years. And yet, something extraordinary is happening here. Despite all this violence, parts of the cluster are cooling rapidly enough to form new stars. The Phoenix Cluster is creating stars at a rate of nearly 500 suns per year, hundreds of times faster than the Milky Way. This constant cycle of heating, cooling, destruction, and rebirth is what gives the cluster its name. Like a cosmic phoenix, it collapses and reignites again and again. If you could somehow witness it up close, you would see one of the most energetic environments in the universe, a storm of gravity, radiation, and fire that has been raging for billions of years. The Shapley Supercluster, a cosmic empire. If galaxy clusters are cities, then the Shapley Supercluster is a continent. It is one of the largest and most massive concentrations of galaxies ever discovered, a vast empire of matter stretching across space. Spanning roughly 650 million light-years, the Shapley Supercluster contains over 8,000 galaxies grouped into dozens of smaller clusters. Each of these clusters holds hundreds of galaxies orbiting massive gravitational cores, all bound together in a dense cosmic web. This region of the universe is not evenly distributed like most others. It is unusually concentrated, heavy, and bright, packed with far more matter than expected. In fact, the Shapley Supercluster is so massive that its gravitational pull influences the motion of our own galaxy, even from hundreds of millions of light-years away. Galaxies near Shapley are not standing still, they are flowing inward, drawn toward its immense gravitational center, like leaves carried by a slow cosmic current. This motion reveals that even on the largest scales, the universe is dynamic and interconnected. Astronomers believe the Shapley Supercluster may be one of the most massive single structures ever found. It is also part of something even larger, the Laniakea Supercluster, which includes our own Virgo cluster and the Milky Way itself. The Shapley Supercluster reminds us that no galaxy exists in isolation. Across hundreds of millions of light-years, gravity weaves everything together into a single, vast cosmic system. Laniakea, our cosmic home. When we think about where we live, we imagine a planet, a star system, maybe a galaxy. But in reality, the Milky Way belongs to something far larger. That structure is called Laniakea, our true cosmic home. Discovered in 2014, Laniakea spans more than 520 million light-years and contains over 100,000 galaxies. It is not just a cluster of galaxies, but a vast flow of matter, all moving together through space. Within Laniakea, Galaxies are not randomly scattered. They are drifting along invisible gravitational pathways, pulled toward a mysterious region known as the Great Attractor. Over billions of years, gravity has choreographed this slow, inevitable motion, shaping the boundaries of the supercluster itself. The Milky Way is just one small participant in this immense cosmic current. Along with our neighboring galaxies in the local group, we are being gently carried through space, bound by a gravitational web so massive that it subtly bends the path of light. Laniakea is both humbling and poetic. It reminds us that the universe is not static, but alive with motion and interaction. Galaxies collide, stars are born and die, and matter flows like a cosmic tide. On a small blue planet orbiting an ordinary star, we drift unnoticed within this vast structure. And yet, from here, we look up and we try to understand it. The huge LQG, the cosmic leviathan. According to the cosmological principle, the universe should look roughly the same in every direction when viewed on the largest scales. Matter should be evenly spread, without patterns too large or too connected. The huge large quasar group should not exist. Discovered in 2012, the huge LQG is a chain of 73 quasars stretching across nearly 4 billion light-years. To put that into perspective, it is tens of thousands of times larger than the Milky Way, forming one of the largest known structures ever detected. Quasars are the brilliant, energetic cores of distant galaxies, powered by supermassive black holes. They are supposed to appear randomly across the sky, but here they are linked together, forming a colossal structure held together by gravity across unimaginable distances. Its sheer size presents a serious problem for modern cosmology. Structures this large exceed the scale at which the universe should appear uniform. Some scientists have suggested it may be a statistical coincidence, an illusion created by how we observe distant light. Others believe it reveals something deeper, that the universe clusters matter on scales we do not yet understand. If viewed from afar, the huge LQG would resemble a glowing cosmic bridge, connecting galaxies like beads of fire suspended across the void. Whether anomaly or revelation, the huge LQG stands as a reminder of how fragile our models truly are. Just when we think we understand the universe, something appears that forces us to question everything. The giant GRB ring, a cosmic halo of fire. Gamma-ray bursts are the most powerful explosions in the universe. They are born from collapsing massive stars or the violent collision of neutron stars, and they appear randomly across the sky. At least, that is what we believed. In 2015, astronomers noticed something deeply unsettling. 9 gamma-ray bursts, separated by billions of light-years, were arranged in a near-perfect ring. Together, they formed a structure measuring 5.6 billion light-years across, far larger than anything that should exist according to standard cosmology. This was not a physical ring you could see directly. It was a pattern burned into the sky by the deaths of distant stars, a cosmic outline revealed only through extreme violence. On this scale, the Milky Way becomes meaningless, a speck lost inside the circle. According to current models of the universe, gamma-ray bursts should be randomly distributed. A structure this large and organized breaks that assumption entirely. Some scientists suggest it may be a relic from the early universe, a ripple left behind by the Big Bang itself. Others believe we may be seeing only a fragment of something even larger, a vast loop or wall of matter extending far beyond what we can observe. Or perhaps it is an illusion, a trick created by how light travels through expanding space. Whatever the explanation, the giant GRB ring remains one of the most disturbing discoveries in modern astronomy. A ring of fire drawn across the cosmos, whispering that the universe may be far stranger than we are prepared to accept. The Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall. Imagine a structure so vast that even traveling at the speed of light, it would take 10 billion years just to cross it. That structure is the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall, the largest known structure ever discovered in the observable universe. Identified in 2013 through the distribution of gamma-ray bursts, this colossal wall of galaxies stretches across nearly 10 billion light-years. It is not a single object, but a massive, connected region containing billions of galaxies, each filled with billions of stars. On this scale, Every galaxy we know becomes microscopic. The Milky Way is reduced to a grain of dust embedded within a cosmic mountain range that spans a significant fraction of the observable universe itself. And yet, according to our current understanding of cosmology, nothing this large should exist. The cosmic web, the framework of matter formed after the Big Bang, should not allow structures so vast and so interconnected. The universe, at these scales, is supposed to appear smooth. Some scientists argue the Great Wall may be an illusion, a statistical artifact created by how we observe distant gamma-ray bursts. Others believe it is real, a scar across space left by unknown processes in the early universe. Either way, its existence forces us to confront an uncomfortable truth. The universe may not obey the limits we have placed upon it, and if this structure truly exists, then the very foundations of cosmology may need to be rewritten. The observable universe, the edge of everything. Beyond every structure, beyond every wall of galaxies, there is nothing larger than the observable universe itself. This is the greatest stage of all, the totality of everything we can see, measure, and ever hope to understand. The observable universe stretches nearly 93 billion light-years across. Within this vast sphere exist roughly 2 trillion galaxies, each containing hundreds of billions of stars, and more planets than there are grains of sand on every beach on Earth combined. When we look deep into space, we are not looking across distance alone. We are looking back in time. The light from the most distant galaxies began its journey 13.8 billion years ago, shortly after the birth of the universe itself. Every image is a fossil, a memory carried by photons across eternity. And yet, this is not the entire universe. It is only the part visible to us, bounded by the limits of light and time. Beyond its edge lies more space, more matter, and perhaps realities we will never be able to observe. Inside this cosmic bubble, everything is connected. The atoms in your body were forged in ancient stars, scattered across space by supernovae, and gathered again to form life. In a universe of unimaginable scale, you are made of the same substance as galaxies and nebulae. The observable universe is both humbling and beautiful. It reminds us how small we are, and how extraordinary it is that something so small can look into the darkness and try to understand it. A final thought. In the face of the cosmos, we are unimaginably small. Yet, against all odds, we are here, thinking, questioning, and searching for meaning in the darkness. Every atom in your body was once part of a star. Every breath is connected to events that began billions of years ago. The universe is not something distant. It is something we are deeply a part of. And even though there are mysteries we may never solve, the act of looking up, of wondering, is what makes us human. In a universe this vast, curiosity is our greatest strength. If this journey made you pause, reflect, or feel a sense of awe, consider joining us again. There is still so much left to explore. Until next time, keep looking up.